So have you guys ever heard of Bossman Jack? So I actually looked on Twitch to see, because they didn't ban gambling full on. They made some updates to how they treat gambling. So they basically banned a select few websites, and you can do basically the same shit you were doing before this update, just on whatever sites they permit now. And this guy Bossman Jack, he still streams slots and he still streams gambling, but I guess it's just because it's not on the banned websites, he can get away with it, even though he's like one of the most degenerate gamblers on the entire internet. So from what I know, and we're gonna watch a video about it, this guy smokes crack based. He does the worst types of gambling, which is like Limbo, which is a game where basically you set a target multiplier and you either hit it or you don't. There's no in between. You either get $0 back or you get the desired amount, and you know the percent chance you have of getting it. So this guy will do like these 1% chance bets to get like $1,000, like $5,000, $10,000, but he'll like all in it. He'll all in the entire amount of money in his balance to get like some win that is unachievable. So he's also like a bad gambler. Obviously, that's kind of a silly thing to say, because gambling is, at the end of the day, mostly luck. However, with card counting on blackjack and playing games that have a decreased house edge, you can mitigate your losses and maybe win in some cases, right? But obviously in the long term, you will lose. This fucking guy gambles in the worst ways possible. My boy Turkey Tom had made a video on him last year, and I never watched it, but we're gonna watch it now. It is an interesting one.
Online gambling is just regular gambling on speed.
Hey, good.
But what if you actually did speed and then went to online gambling in your family's home in front of over 1,000 people?
Everybody say hi, Mom.
Dude, doing drugs when gambling has to be one of the deadliest combos ever. If casinos could give you drugs, they would. Because they give you drinks for free in many cases if you're betting decent sized amounts. Bro, if it was legal for them to bring around trays with fucking lines of cocaine, they absolutely would. It would be on the house. Holy shit. They'd probably lace it with like meth or something to keep you just fucking awake. Yeah, oh my god. So just know that, okay? Know that they would comp your fucking crack. Oh my god.
Oh my god, there it is! Yeah.
Dude, I punch my chair. That's the worst thing I'll do if I lose. Oh my god, dude. That poor keyboard.
Dude.
Bossman Jack was born Austin Curtis Peterson in April 1995 to two loving parents. He grew up with one sibling in a good, stable environment. His parents seem really wholesome, with his mom often posting about her love and support for her sons, which means a lot considering the things Austin gets up to. Austin's brother, Andrew, graduated from college, got married, has a job at an insurance company, and is in an alternative rock band. Lolcows often come from broken homes, but Andrew, being completely normal in every way, proves that there's no issue with their upbringing whatsoever. The brothers seem to be on good terms with each other nowadays, despite the hints that they were at one point at odds, with Austin recounting a physical fight between them at an undisclosed point in time.
My brother, I knocked him out cold.
But this hardly proves...
All right. I get having beef with your siblings, you know, doing some fuck shit, but knocking him out cold? Dude, that's insane. You punched your brother to a point of unconsciousness. How? What did he do?
They hated each other or anything serious like that. If anything, the fact that the two brothers fought once makes their relationship more normal rather than the opposite. Eventually, it seems they simply grew apart and lost touch, with Austin even admitting to having forgotten his brother's birthday.
Bro, he just turned 32. Now I think about it. September 22nd. Yeah. I like totally miss his birthday. No, I think
it's so interesting to me. I can't stop thinking about the juxtaposition between this guy's life and Trainwreck's TV's life, because Trainwreck's has been open about his drug use, and Bossman Jack has been open about his drug use. The types of drugs they do aren't even that crazy different, and they also gamble on live stream. Meanwhile, this guy is actually broke, respectfully. That's not like an insult. He's like actually broke, and Train has over $300 million. So what doesn't make sense to me is how two people who do something almost identical and have very similar lifestyles are on such different sides of the financial spectrum. We're talking about like middle class to top 0.001% of wealth. It's crazy. I honestly think if he wasn't so retarded with the way that he gambles and didn't just break everything and, you know, smoke crack, he'd actually be in a pretty good position, because if I'm not mistaken, the reason he got banned from Kick was because of a violent outburst he had, which if you stay on Kick, you can get partnered with with Stake, and then you can get a better deal than some other site that isn't gonna work on Twitch and only on Kick. So if you don't get banned, it's like, I don't know, he kind of fucked himself. He could be rich.
Think about it.
In his youth, Austin was a bit of a delinquent. He liked skateboarding, smoking weed, fishing, and being a criminal. In 2013, when Austin was 18, he was caught trying to buy alcohol while underage. But this is a very common charge, and were this the only one he got, it wouldn't really matter. However, 1 year later, Austin, accompanied by 2 friends, rampaged through the Brickshire area of New Kent, Virginia, rummaging through 12 vehicles and stealing anything they could find. The reported stolen items included loose change, credit cards, a high-end camera, jewelry, and even a firearm. Though I should say the person responsible for taking the gun was one of Austin's accomplices. Following an investigation by the New Kent Sheriff's Office, the 3 of them were arrested in connection to the robberies. From what I can understand, he was charged with a total of 21 counts, including 3 different kinds of larceny and tampering with a vehicle. However, he got a deal in which he pled guilty to just 4 of those counts, all of them misdemeanors, and all the other charges would be dropped, with him getting a year of probation and a
Wait, oh, he got a year permit.
fine of a little over $3,000 as a means of
That's not even that bad.
restitution to the victims. Due to how poorly planned and executed this criminal act was from the get-go, Austin was probably going to get caught no matter what he did.
Right.
But I should note the fact that he made it easy for the cops to connect him to it when he started looking up items he'd stolen on Google to see what they were worth, presumably so that he could ask for that value from the person.
Yeah, not a smooth criminal, this guy.
He intended to pawn it to, who was also arrested and convicted, by the way. Ultimately, Austin only spent 29 days in prison. The judge
Yeah, like that's literally nothing. Like 29 days in prison, it's not even that bad. Like 29 days is kind of like boot camp. You know, you get in shape, you're doing push-ups in the cell. Like that's not that crazy. 29 days, it's like 4 weeks. You know, you miss, like, especially if it's on, like, a shitty month where nothing happens, like, fucking September or, like, July, like, this month. Like, what the fuck's happening in July? I guess the 4th. You don't want to miss the 4th. Maybe June. Yeah, you could miss, I mean, there's definitely some months. If I had to do a month tier list right now, we'd be here for a while. But the reality is, if you get 29 days on a month that's kind of a throwaway, you don't miss any birthdays, you can get in shape, read the Bible, you can actually kind of use the time to your advantage. You're not on your phone. You're not spinning slots.
reasoning being that it was a sufficient wake-up call for Austin to not reoffend. It's unknown what exactly swayed the judge, but it's speculated there were many
Probably his race.
members of the community, including the deputy police chief of the county, testifying in favor
I mean,
of
he's like a 19-year-old white kid who's not even like that far gone yet. You know, they're gonna be like, all right, 1 month in jail. He's not done.
Austin's character. According to them, Austin had just fallen into the wrong crowd and was
exactly.
a normal kid caught up in drugs, alcohol, and immaturity. When viewers brought this up on stream, he showed a lot of remorse and admitted the reason for the crime was to feed his addiction to Xanax.
Karma bit me so hard in the ass, and I deserve every fucking bit of it, and I'm still not the same.
Oh,
I will
no.
never be the same again after I got fucking arrested for
No, he is really this dumb. Who is robbing shit to pay for a drug that you can easily get prescribed from a fucking pill mill psychiatrist? Oh my god. No, bro. I'm not saying you should do drugs. Obviously don't. But what a dumbass to rob someone to get money to buy drugs, especially a kind of drug that is legally prescribed. If it was heroin, I'd say, okay, there's kind of no other way to get that. But it's shit that you can get prescribed. So pay for a pill mill. Like, oh my god, man.
He's stealing out of fucking cars, dude. Innocent people's fucking cars, bro. I am not like that, bro. At all,
Oh,
man.
I actually feel bad.
But before we totally move on from this topic, there's a little wrinkle in this story I think is worth delving into. Many people, including Austin himself, has mentioned that this case resulted in a felony conviction, which actually isn't the case. You see, it's very strongly suggested in the articles about the case that his accomplices pled guilty, but that Austin went above and beyond and actually cooperated with the police against them, thus making him a snitch. This
Oh, shit. No, I didn't know about that. That's kind of awesome, though, that this guy is the dumbest person ever so far. So he snitched on oh my god. So he snitched on people who, this guy's so dumb.
goes a long way to
He
explain
probably didn't even have to do that. He probably would have still gotten the fucking 30 days in jail, regardless of if he snitched.
why those very serious charges, on which they had him dead to rights, were suddenly dropped, and only the misdemeanor charges
Oh, okay, never mind. So he wasn't even a felon.
stuck. But this isn't just speculation. The court documents prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that Austin is in fact not a felon. In turn, this means
That's kind of worth snitching over, to be honest. Then I kind of get why he did that.
that whenever he calls himself one,
But then again, if your job from then on out is just spinning slots online, I don't know if your criminal record matters. Like, who the fuck cares? If you're trying to get like an actual job, one that is structured and requires a level of no felonies, you know, that matters. But this one, it don't matter.
It's most likely him just trying to avoid people from figuring out that he snitched. After the reality check that was his brief stint in jail and probation sentencing, Austin decidedly moved away from the street life and instead developed an interest in old school RuneScape. For context, OSRS requires a monthly fee to play, but unlike other MMORPGs, it had its in-game gold become a kind of cryptocurrency, as players could pay for their memberships using it, causing a natural exchange rate to develop around it. One big win on a high-stakes wager in the duel arena, which players affectionately called the Sand Casino, could fund a player's membership for years. Austin started streaming it in 2019 under the name Austin07 and immediately gained a reputation for being what is called a debt streamer. He lost millions worth of in-game gold and proceeded to beg his audience for more, only to lose it all again. Eventually, Austin accrued a total debt of 30 billion gold, which turned out to be worth well over $6,000.
Why do they just to me every fucking day, bro? How much was they got a fucking damn it 30 fucking bill? 30 bill debt! 30, not
Dude,
10.
how do you rack up 30 billion anything? Is there even 30 billion fucking blood cells in your body? That is just ridiculous.
30 fucking bill debt.
Austin07 became infamous on Reddit, where users were critical of his shameless demand for loans from his audience, with him eventually being exposed for trying to sell in-game gold he'd been lent for real-life money, allegedly to get drugs, which makes sense given it netted him a measly 50 bucks. While pretty meaningless in-game, it can probably temporarily satisfy his craving for the za. Austin claims he wanted to pay back all the loans,
Was that his actual profile picture on Instagram? Yeah, bro, stoners, we gotta stop this, okay? The kind of corniness that comes with ripping the bong needs to be studied. Like the Rick and Morty pajamas, and you got like a fucking shirt that says backwoods. Let's not.
Probably temporarily satisfy his craving for the za. Austin claims he wanted to pay back all the loans, but the only thing he ever did with the money he kept getting loaned to him was gambling it all away again. Not only did he blatantly not care for the fact that he was in actual debt and still gambling, but he also coped by blaming the developers of the game for his losses, claiming it was the game's fault for not letting him win.
Damn, dude, my RNG is so bad. Tell me my RNG ain't bad, though.
Much like his Xanax addiction, when he has a compulsion motivating him, Austin completely loses touch with reality, which even landed him in an actual psych ward once.
I've been in the psych ward before too, bro. This one time, I got back into RuneScape after not playing for a while. I was so high on RuneScape, I stayed up for over 3 days straight, and I was not doing any drugs. I was
Bro, oh wait, he was high on RuneScape.
completely sober. No weed, nothing. And I
I
started
don't know if that's possible. Okay, respectfully, I don't. I've never been on a CS2 bender, and I love that game to death.
hallucinating, bro. I started writing weird, like crazy shit on my Facebook, bro. Like I'm gonna save the world, and I thought I was Jesus Christ, dude.
Ever since information about Austin's drug use became public, people became increasingly skeptical that he was ever truly sober for any significant period of time. But even if this is the case, it doesn't seem like Austin himself understands how bad the situation is, or at least not well enough to do anything to stop it. You would think that this degree of awareness about his tendency toward addiction would result in some kind of self-reflection on Austin's part, especially since, with or without the gambling, Austin was an entertaining personality that realistically could scrape together a decent audience from doing regular streaming if he really wanted to.
Well, I don't think he has a choice. Like, when you're an addict, you're addicted, so you don't consciously desire to do the drug. It is a thing where you have a physical craving that you need to satiate. Like, it's not, I want steak for dinner. It's, no, I need steak for dinner or else I'm gonna fucking throw up and I'm gonna black out, fall on the floor and crack my head open, and the ambulance is gonna need to show up, you know? So, like, respectfully, I don't know if it's really a choice, but I also know that most people overthink about streaming. Most people could go in front of an audience, a camera, and they could stream themselves relatively with ease, and people would like it. I honestly think there's an audience for anything and everything. Like, if you play a game, even if you're mid at it, if you can overcome that with some sort of chat interaction, or, you know, maybe you're witty, you're funny, you're fast-paced, you're ADHD, you're good.
But everyone, from his genuine viewers to his trolls, and even himself, knew what time it was. And no matter how remorseful he occasionally seemed about his habit or his debt, he was going right back to it as soon as he could. His career as a lolcow officially began with many people religiously watching him just so they could clip his insane moments, of which there are an infinite amount of compilations on YouTube. In one instance of people messing with him, a troll convinced Austin that they were an organization interested in sponsoring him, which he probably saw as an infinite source of gambling fuel. But soon after he began announcing it to his audience, this supposed sponsor renamed all of the channels in his server to Austin Loves Crack, and then deleted the Discord completely.
I'm sorry, that's not funny. I think raids are terrible, but that, to be fair, that could have probably been worse. You know, that's not a dox. It's not anything beyond a troll. Obviously, the Discord server biting the curb sucks, but it could be worse. But yeah, man, he does love crack. That is true. Like, where's the lie, though?
You would think that after all this hassle, he was going to hang up his gloves and call it a day. Unfortunately, it was just too late for him, as the seeds of addiction had already been sown, and Austin's undoing was simply a matter of time.
Come on, 5 or 6, 4, 5, 6, please. Please, lady. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Dude, he's been an OG degenerate, bro. But, like, this is so old. Steak doesn't even look like this anymore. He's been doing this shit forever.
Come on, 5 or 6, 4, 5, 6, please. Please, lady. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, I lost it all. It's all gone. It's all gone. I just lost everything.
People love gambling, and after it was banned on Twitch, it had to go somewhere. Lucky for them, Kick had been founded by
Fucking Eddie.
Ed Craven and a streamer by the name of Trainwrecks, on whom I've already made a video. And Kick was much friendlier to gambling content. When Twitch dropped the ban hammer, all the gamblers found their
Because all you need to make a platform work is a big enough bankroll. And let's just say gambling provides just that. And I like Train. I mean, like, just as a businessman, I have a lot of respect for him for building the platform. Because realistically, obviously, he is worth so much money, right? He didn't have to build Kick or assist in building it, but he did. And I'm glad to be on here. I love this platform. I love it so much more than Twitch. Twitch fucking sucks. The community there is worse. Kick is fucking awesome. I love getting paid by the hour. I love having a 95.5 sub rev split. And I don't know. I mean, I gotta respect them for giving me this little home here.
New home there. And one of these people would be not Austin07, but Bossman Jack. You see,
yes, sir. Bossman
whereas
Jack.
Austin07 had to beat around the bush and gamble through RuneScape, Bossman Jack did justice to his name and gambled like a boss would. Blatantly, with no fear of potential losses and debt. According to a post on Kiwi Farms from a longtime viewer of his, before moving to Kick, Austin gambled on another site where he allegedly wagered a whopping total of $700,000. Once again, he gained.
Wait, what?
Allegedly wagered from a longtime viewer of his before moving to Kick, Austin gambled on another site where he allegedly wagered a whopping total of $700,000.
Oh, that's not even that bad. Like, that's not even, like, okay, wagering 700K, realistically, with him, we know that that means he lost over 100K, but some people can wager 700K and only lose, like, $10,000 or $5,000. So, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, wagering that much money is a lot, but you can basically not have that be lost, guaranteed. You know, the amount that you actually lose from wagering that much money is highly dependent. Got fucked for 5K on gambling and lost 2K on CS cases? Oh, fuck, dude. I don't want to admit this because it's kind of embarrassing, but I lost some juice off stream. Not like today, or it was I had a really bad night like a week or two ago, so I get you, bro. Trust me. I don't know what's up, but July, it just seems like it's been fucking bad for everybody. But yeah.
Getting it, then immediately turning it into nothing, rinse and repeat. Actually, given how crusty and withered he looks in most of these streams, I don't know that there was a lot of rinsing going on. He began referring to donations as juicers, which, while hilarious, isn't as hilarious as the innumerable times he reacted to losing on a bet by gratuitously destroying parts of his computer or his bedroom.
Does this fucking monkey not understand that by losing money on a gamble, you are now making the gamble loss worse by losing the value of everything you've destroyed? Like, I'm sorry, respectfully, it's like, imagine I'm so dumb that I lose a $100 bet on Baccarat, then I destroy my $150 keyboard. Like, that's just not mathing. I get being pissed, but it's like, how dumb you gotta be.
Again, he lives in his parents' house, so he's technically destroying their property. To viewers' astonishment, Bossman came back every day and consistently lost thousands upon thousands of dollars, gaining nothing but hate watchers in the process, who came in.
I wonder how big his biggest upswing was. Like, did he ever have a day where he broke like 100K?
Droves.
To be fair, I think this guy was on drugs. Oh, we definitely know.
To witness his live stream self-destruction.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, most of the rage is from drugs, so that's, yeah.
It was pointed out that he was so deep in the cycle that he even repeated the exact same phrases.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I just lost it all. Oh my god, I really did. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. Oh my god, another 400. Oh my god, I just lost every fucking penny. Dude, oh my god. Oh my god. Yo! Oh.
Austin does seem to have moments of clarity where
Jesus Christ, bro. Dude, has this guy ever been in like an actual casino? Like, this guy would get kicked out in a fucking second. He walks in, puts it all on black, loses it, and then he jumps into the roulette wheel and fucking starts jumping everywhere and breaking shit and fighting people. Oh my god. Dude, he'd start treating actual humans like he does his keyboard. He'd snap someone in half.
He acknowledges
some poor old lady playing Baccarat, some like old Chinese person. He's just like, Jesus. From 1K to 40K, 0 to 5 minutes. Okay, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
Gambling is
like, actually, why am I saying that? I know how much of a fucking like, obviously, if that's gonna happen one day naturally. I can't give this any credit.
Destroying his life, and that he wishes he treated his parents better.
Dude, oh my god, it just ruined my life, dude.
Oh my god.
I am bleeding. Oh my god, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. I gotta go, guys. I cannot believe I just did that to myself, dude.
Aww.
I cannot
but I actually feel bad though, because at the end of the day, he's not like a bad person.
believe
He's just a fucking idiot.
lost $300, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude. I swear to god, why the fuck would I advertise the site for fucking months on end and never, ever get some fucking payback? Fuck you!
Man.
I'm fucking done! Fucking scammers!
Much like he did during the OSRS era, Austin often accused Stake of rigging their games against him, which...
No, but I get like that too. I so get like that. When you just keep losing and you honestly think there's some sort of a conspiracy against you, I can't even blame him. Chat, I know you guys just came from TCK and he's a gambling streamer. You have to have had that feeling before where you just keep losing and you're like, okay, there's literally something going on. There's something happening where they've modified how the RTP works or how I'm supposed to be winning relative to losing to where I'm just getting fucked at a level that is not supposed to happen, even statistically. Like, oh man, I get like that too. I start thinking, bro, did I get banned? Like, am I shadow banned from gambling? Did they patch my account?
Is technically true, I guess. Any gambler worth his salt knows that all games are rigged in the house's favor, and if I were to guess, he's just acting like this is some kind of scandal to evade the responsibility for losing the money he gambles. If he actually cared that bets are rigged to favor the house being Stake, wouldn't he have stopped gambling a long time ago?
What? Everyone knows that there's a house edge. We do it because we love it.
Like Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is probably the true one. He is
what is it? Just don't gamble?
an addict coming up with rationalizations about the consequences of his addiction. It's not like he actually thinks he's going to start consistently turning.
It's because you tried selling me Fent. Brother, what do you mean trying? I sold you that shit. I didn't try. I succeeded. You bought that shit off me for a beautiful price. Went and bought me some Louis Vuitton condoms after that. Then I fucked your mother.
A profit any day now. He knows what he's doing. But to say that it got bad is an understatement. Austin was streaming 9 hours a day. During that period, he often started a new stream over 10 separate times after rage quitting, stopping only when he went completely bust and lost all of his money.
Bro, he must have had his viewers hate him for that notification spam. End stream, goes live 5 minutes after.
Initially, it may seem confusing why people would watch someone destroy their financial life in front of an audience of over 1,000 people, but just like Boss Man is addicted to gambling,
that's not confusing at all. In America, that's what our culture is. We watch My 600-Pound Life, which is a show about fat fucks who can't control themselves and are addicted to eating food because we're all the sort of uncultured, disgusting swine pig that can't help ourselves. That's how we do it. That's what we do. Americans love watching this kind of crap. It flourishes, and this is what it is. It's modernity.
his viewers are addicted to
and My Strange Addiction. Literally, bro, we watch shows about people who want to fuck their cars. My Strange Addiction. I'm addicted to eating shit and then drinking gallons of piss. That show made millions of dollars. So this guy's show may as well be called My Normal Addiction.
emotional roller coaster his gambling addiction provides them with. At any moment, Austin could win a life-saving amount of money, and every stream starts out with the same glimmer of hope that inevitably gets destroyed beyond recognition by the end of it, along with Austin's drywall. In one extraordinary instance, he actually succeeded in getting out of debt on stream.
Oh my god,
Wait,
boys. Oh my
what?
god. Oh my god. I can't
Oh my god, no.
stop saying it. Oh my god. You. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy. Oh my god.
I don't want to break the immersion for this life-changing moment, but why is there a mirror behind his TV?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo. Oh my god. I'm debt free. I'm debt free. I'm fucking debt free. I'm
What's the catch? He loses it in 5 minutes.
fucking debt free. It's been months. It's been months.
As much as the audience sadistically enjoys watching Austin dig himself into a financial black hole, they also partake in his joy when he wins. However, rarely that happens. Unfortunately for Austin, gambling only really goes one way, downwards. Unlike in a normal casino, where the process of making bets is much slower and you can have drinks and socialize, on stake, you can click through many games and play them much faster than you ever could in real life, meaning you get to speedrun your own bankruptcy as a NEET, while an audience of over 1,000 people cheers for your demise. Based on stake rankings, as of late February, he's wagered over $8.5 million on stake alone.
What the fuck? Okay, that's crazy. Forget 700K, $8,600,000? Dude, okay, holy fuck.
A net loss of around $300,000. His insanely risky
Bro, no, that's sad. That's fucking horrible.
bets lose him money every single day.
But at the same time, if you're chasing 1,000 X's on Limbo, that, like, I don't know.
Yet he just
People say, oh, it's his fault he gambled. No, it's not. It's his fault he chased 1,000X fucking hits on Limbo. You aspire to be Bossman Jack, Acheeto? No. What the fuck? No. What do you aspire to be a drug addict who loses $300,000? I'm sure you'd love that. That is the most insulting thing I could ever be asked. That's like you're walking with me on our way to get some kind of like meal, and on our walk, you notice a person tweaking on heroin, and you point to him and say, bro, that looks just like you in 10 years. Why would you tell me that?
keeps coming back for more. There's no doubt
Cheeto, you know who I am, right? Yeah, I know who you are. Pastify.
that viewers are instrumental in the perpetuation of these habits, as they often give him money when he begs, just to see it all disappear all over again.
No, dude, I want everybody to give me money right now. Even if you're gonna lose your rent money, I need it all. I need it all. I need your rent money. I need your fucking food money. I don't care if you are gonna lose your house. I need it. I'm sorry. I need that money. I'm sorry. It's more important that I gamble.
The humiliation rituals are even egged on by Boss Man, such as when he offered to shave his head for $150 on stream, which is not even that much considering his gargantuan net loss. Unfortunately for him, the donor-to-be flaked
$300 or 100. I mean, any $100 amount for shaving your head's not even that bad.
out, and the money never actually came through, meaning he shaved his head for no reason.
I'm still waiting on it. I don't know what's going on, man. It's been like 20, 30 minutes, bro. Has it not been? Bro, I just got trolled so fucking hard, dude. I cannot believe that this fucking happened, dude. I cannot believe that this happened. What a fucking dickhead, dude. Why the fuck would you do that? Why the fuck gives you one fucking reason to fucking think that's okay?
Besides his e-begging and compulsive gambling habit, Austin also goes the extra mile to make himself unlikable by frequently adopting an overconfident high roller attitude, insulting fans who are begging him to stop when he's still up.
Oh, dude! Oh my God! Leave, Austin! Leave! You gotta leave! Just leave, bro! Dip! Get out of there! F that! I'm staying, baby!
Now watch this. We're gonna go to 500 at the
Something about wearing the brand Champion when you're down 300K. A little ironic.
God! Leave, Austin! Leave! You gotta leave! Just leave, bro! Dip! Get out of there! F that! I'm staying, baby!
Now watch this. We're gonna go to 500 at the lowest.
Bro, all the threes, man. What a fucking joke. Oh my God. I had $600 a minute ago. Now it wants to fucking sit there and fucking take everything.
What is this pattern,
Thank you so
though?
much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, oh my God. Wow.
His audience isn't the only target of this behavior either.
I just want another $1,000! I swear to God! I don't wanna f***ing hear it! Shut the f*** up!
He lives with his parents. Why wouldn't he fucking, like, make a rule with his parents that says, hey, if I'm at this amount of money, I'll yell the word turkey, and his parents hear turkey, and they go into his room and they unplug his computer. I'm sorry, but that's the best way to go about this stuff. It guarantees that you cash it out because, or at least you stop in the moment. It gives you some clarity. It breaks you out of that trance. Like, you can get hypnotized by this shit, and you need someone to break you out. Even if you vault it, it's so easy to unvault, or if you move it to a different wallet, you can just move it back. Like, actually getting away from your computer and then getting back to it at a moment where you're at a clear head would be great. Fortunately, his parents also probably know that he's a drug addict, so if they allow that, then I don't know how they would allow him to, or how much they would care about interfering with his other bad habits, you know?
Shut the f*** up! You shut the f*** up! You're a f***ing bunch here!
Woo! Holy f***.
Yo, shut the f*** up, dude! Hey! Shut the f*** up!
Austin is almost 30 years old and lives with his parents. While he certainly could put together enough funds to have a pretty nice place of his own, he often brags on stream about how he doesn't pay rent and gets free food, as if it was a merit that he was still mooching off of his family as an adult, which contributes to the negative feedback loop of his audience's hate watching. Austin's parents are definitely on the older side, as we can tell from their few appearances on stream.
Mom, I know
Right.
it's really messy. I get it. I know. Please don't start cleaning up. Just look at the chat. I know. Now, this is my mother. Say hi to everybody.
Oh, I've seen these clips, man. This shit it's heartbreaking. His mom is so innocent, and she is an angel, and I feel horrible for her.
Everybody say hi to my mom.
MILF. What a concerning thing to type.
Hi?
It's gonna go really fast, though. It's gonna go really fast. But I want. No, stop. What the f are you doing? Why would you read that out loud?
Not only does he live
GILF. Not much better.
in their house rent-free, eat their food, and destroy his bedroom for no reason other than his self-inflicted gambling losses, he treats them like shit. Honestly, the average parents would have given up a long time ago, or at least kicked their kid to the curb after enduring years of this behavior. The way that Austin talks to his parents is shocking to anyone with respect for the people who brought them into this world.
Look, everybody say
Right.
love you, Mama Boss Man. Come on, guys. Can you not? Look at this bitch. You are so, dude, you are embarrassing the shit out of me, cleaning all this shit up.
In spite of the repeated abuse, his parents show time and time again that they love their son and will continue to provide for him. Austin's
Man.
mom often appears on stream and
Because this is so nice. At the same time, I do unfortunately think a level of this is what's causing it to begin with. I feel like this is you take your kindness for weakness sort of thing. Like if your parents are this nice to you, then you can basically smoke crack and lose 5K on Keno. And they're like, oh, it's okay, sweetie, you're still my baby. It's like, well, you need to not do that. You need to maybe put down the cup and put down the crack pipe and put down the mouse and keyboard. You know, it's like, I love you, but you should stop doing these things, you know? Because loving someone the way that they are, I don't think it means that you love them while not discouraging them to do drugs and gamble. You can discourage those things and you're still loving. Why don't you love me for who I am? Well, because you're a crack addict and you're smoking crack while gambling. I love you for who you are, but that needs to not be who you are, right? So
helps him clean the absolute tornado shitstorm that is his bedroom. Not only are they supportive of his gambling career by providing him a stable safety net from which to operate, but they also support his deep-seated love for the za.
My mom just found that nugget I lost. My mom just found the nug.
oh my god. Honey, is this your Zaza?
Remember I lost that nugget? Oh my gosh. Dude,
Oh my god.
this is some straight za.
People speculate
Okay, that's fucking priceless.
about Austin's parents secretly hating him got so much traction in the chat that he once called his mom over to prove otherwise, with mixed results.
Tell the chat one good thing about me and that you don't hate me like these guys try to tell me.
I do not hate him. He's my son. I brought him into the world.
Okay, but-
Well, how can you hate your own child?
It's interesting that she didn't actually say anything good about him, and instead just went on about how a mother can't hate her son, almost like she's trying to convince herself just as much as the audience. He purposely called her instead of his dad because their relationship is on much rockier terms. Austin gets much more reactive whenever his dad randomly appears from the curtain, usually berating him for interrupting the stream for things that could be said in a text message.
Austin.
Dude, what the f?
Austin.
What, dude? What?
You have a burger.
What do you want?
Oh my god. He just yelled at his fucking father and got up to him in his face because his dad brought him fast food.
What?
Have a burger, man.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Like, he's kind of a piece of shit. I do feel bad, though. I don't know. I'm in the middle right now.
Okay, dude, text me or something, bro.
Bro, it's a burger.
You guys-
Without them, you would literally be on the side of the street, bro. You gotta show at least some level of gratitude. You're being a spoiled brat.
sit there and yell at my yell
Oh
at
my
me, bro.
god.
That's the man who allows
He's a massive piece of shit and his parents deserve better. I mean, I'll agree with you on his parents deserving better. There is a certain point where I guess you do have to just call someone who is a piece of shit, you know? There is a level of benefit of the doubt and courtesy that you have to just stop giving someone after they've shown you who they are. But when someone is under the influence of substances, while criticizing them, don't want to reduce them to that decision, if that makes sense. But he is, I mean, I can criticize all these actions. I mean, he's behaving like, his shitty behavior, you know, I don't like this at all, and it needs to stop.
Him to live rent-free, bringing him dinner directly to his bedroom. His father...
Yeah, I know about the criminal past, about the car robbery. We did see that earlier.
...only asks the bare minimum from him.
Maybe I'm being too nice to him, you know, maybe I need to go harder on him. You know, maybe he is just a fucking piece of shit, maybe.
Occasionally clean his room and refrain from screaming about...
Maybe my worldview is inverted. I don't know if this, you can hear me out on this, but Rothstein, who, for the YouTube viewers who don't know, is one of the biggest slot streamers on Kick, who I would pretty heavily claim that he uses fake balance, like not real money to gamble with, who uses said fake balance to sell to his audience a false reality of gambling, and then to take that false reality and monetize it. That is almost shittier than this. Because this makes people literally not want to gamble. Like, I don't know how many people he's getting to gamble, but he's not a great salesman, okay? He is a very good showcase of what you can turn into when addiction goes unchecked. Whereas Rothstein is getting paid so much money, and he is the exact opposite of this. And I think that's worse. I don't care how well together his life is. I think what he's doing is far more deceptive. Like, this is an honest... There's nothing fake about this.
About anal sex and banging his audience members' moms in the household. These
It pisses me off to hear him talk to his parents like that, but at the same time, why the fuck are they taking that? There is complicit behavior going on here. Well, I think the mom is having a hard time actually taking action, corrective action against her son.
Expectations are unsurprisingly never met, and Austin's reaction to being held accountable is to be expected.
Damn that anal tight! Hey. What?
What the fuck is Black Man Jack? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, sure. Text me or something.
Sorry, guys. My fucking dad's gonna be a fucking...
Dude.
I don't think many people's dads would react as peacefully to being called a cocksucker by their man-child son, who spends the whole day gambling in the World War I trench he turned his bedroom into by blasting holes in the wall with his fists. It's especially bad since he's doing all of this in front of, at the very least, hundreds of people, which aggravates the level of disrespect he displays to his dad. We can only hope that one day, Austin experiences genuine remorse for the way he treats his parents. But his parents weren't the only victims of his rage, far from it. I've mentioned it many times already, but there's really no overplaying the amount of damage he does to his living space due to his losses. These are really funny, obviously, but when you realize this is a real person actually getting this furious pretty much every single day, you wonder how this man's heart hasn't blown up.
I honestly fully understand this when you're playing stake in-house blackjack. I get like this too, bro. This one is so rigged.
From all the stress. He stayed awake gambling on stream for days straight, destroying his bedroom, bank account, and psyche non-stop. You might have noticed that in many of the clips we've played so far that the boss man's room has no door, resorting to a towel draped over the doorway to separate his gambling headquarters from the rest of the house. Though that clearly does nothing to prevent his parents from hearing him scream and argue with chat. He destroys his door so often that it can be used
boss man door lore
as a makeshift sanity meter, and the closer it is to being completely gone, the closer he is to becoming a feral ghoul from Fallout. For avid viewers, this is known as Boss Man Jack's door lore. Fans track as his daily losses.
He doesn't have a loss tracker, it's just how many holes are in the fucking wall. I'm sorry, that's so awesome.
Would cause Austin to...
That is the reality of gambling.
Progressively destroy the wall and door in fits of rage.
I'll clean it all up. Dad! I'll clean it up! I'll clean it up!
He eventually bought a new one.
This is not normal. This is not okay.
At the hardware store, but neglected to install it in favor of smashing his keyboard against his head and screaming at his mom. Finally, his fans got so fed up with the dismal background that one of them donated $50, desperately trying to make him install it, only for him to find out he needed to get new hinges with the door and could not just attach it to the wall.
Oh man, it's so awesome when you see someone who's a natural born fucking retard. So many people fake it, and it's obvious when they're faking their retardation, when they're secretly a genius, controlling the strings. This guy is so fucking stupid, and it's pure. This is the pure, unadulterated, dumb shit that I want to be authentically available in the slots category. I don't want this fake, well, beautiful fucking RGB overlays and shit. It's like, this is raw.
wall. He never ended up installing the new door. Now, he's employed the ancient Jacobean technique of putting the door in front of the hole in the drywall, replacing the towel he used to have nailed there. People began pointing out that his room looked like that of someone with a hard drug addiction, and they couldn't be any more right. It's been established that Austin's addictive tendencies go far beyond just online gambling. We've already mentioned how his addiction to Xanax was the primary cause of his criminal past, and at one point he was stealing his dad's coin collection to buy K2
That's also one of the worst drugs to get addicted to, because not only is there a high risk of getting like fent press Xans, at least nowadays, but it's the kind of drug, I mean, like, not that there's any kind of like good drug to get addicted to, but bro, bar tards, you're just you're like lay down all day watching Family Guy. What a unfulfilling life. At least with crack, you're going on adventures. You know, alcohol, you're going on adventures. You got stories. You're up for 3 days. Would you rather be awake for 3 days or sleep for 3 days? Bro, sleeping for 3 days, that's a coma. That's a 3-day coma. Whereas 3 days of consciousness, I love being conscious. I like getting shit done. I like making money, doing business calls, getting fucking food. You know, I love that shit. And then what? You're gonna get addicted to falling asleep? Gay! That's gay as fuck, bro. You could get fucked while you're asleep and you don't even know. That's how high you are on the Xannies. Shit, bro. I mean...
Vice. During his streams, he can be seen constantly vaping and smoking weed through a $600 bong, occasionally celebrating when he happens upon a forsaken nug. A forum user who claims to be a longtime fan of Austin alleged some interesting new lore. He claimed that when Jack was having late-night gambling sessions on stream and stayed up, he would regularly make phone calls to a man named Derek Christmas.
What the fuck kind of name is Derek Christmas? You're calling Derek Christmas. How can I help you? What?
Then bring coke to his house. One of Austin's mods admitted to sending
it's Christmas because he sells snow.
Cash App money to Derek Christmas for Austin in exchange for crypto. Forum users then deduced that this Derek was likely the same Derek who got caught in 2008 with 19 grams of crack. When his home was searched, his infant children were living in horrible conditions and even tested positive for the substance. He was charged with felony child neglect and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Not only was Derek a drug dealer, which is ethically questionable in and of itself, but he was completely neglecting his children to the point where somehow they had crack in their system. This is the worst kind of person, and many suspect Austin is in direct contact with him. A Discord call leaked wherein someone was purchasing substances for Austin and sending money through Cash App to Derek. In the call, Austin says Derek is a big connected dealer who had spent most of his life in prison, indicating with some low level of certainty to forum users that this was their guy. To further confirm the boss man crack suspicions, another leak showed Austin outright admitting that not only had he already smoked crack, but continued to do so as a
Can I be honest with you? If you're gonna do drugs, can you at least get it from a guy who doesn't poison his kids with crack? Like, you're an addict, you're gonna get the drugs, but at least, like, you know, vote with your dollar a little bit. Like, you can get drugs from a guy who doesn't fucking poison his kids. It's not that hard. Not that many people do it. You know how many people on Wall Street get drugs? They're not getting it from the kind of guys that are, like, touching children and then filling their lungs with meth. Is it that hard? Like, I feel like you could do that. The amount of drugs that exist, I mean, by just statistics, most of them have to be possessed by people that don't even fucking have kids. So it's like, Boss Man Jack, do me a favor and get your Boss Man crack from someone who's not touching his children. I made that part up, but it probably is true based on the fact that, they have, what is it, crack in their system? How? That's not good. It would only be good if it was from a psychiatrist that gave them Adderall, because that's the world that we live in. If it's in a pill, it's good.
Habit, and even had been blackmailed with secret recordings in the past, which prompted users to dig up more info. Allegedly, during the Runescape days, Austin admitted he was a daily user for 6 months straight, but as of this clip, he had also apparently only been clean for 3 days. People also picked up on Austin's strange twitching while live and speculated this was due to drug abuse. Of course, streamers are hardly ever people with normal mannerisms.
I'm overdressed.
Like, do it fart?
However, Boss Man Jack goes above and beyond. He's constantly twitching, scratching himself, grinding his jaw, and doing other things that are associated with crack rather than Tourette's.
Oh, come on.
Like, this is the game that if you play, I know that you're a retard.
Here's 10K! Oh no!
Well, when you put these in context with everything else we've seen of Austin, I think it's safe to say he's going to have a hard time beating the crackhead allegations.
I'm looking like a straight crackhead, bro.
Once people figured it out, he became less paranoid about leaks and hiding his drug habit, and basically just accepted it as part of his identity. Again, we have to contextualize that this guy is someone who came dangerously close to being
Is that crack smoke in the video?
a felon and lives with his parents, which I'm guessing is why he was so nervous.
There's no way. It's gotta be weed, right?
About this becoming public knowledge in the first place. He actually began leaning onto it as part of his identity, almost as if he took pride in it or found it funny.
I smoke crack like a motherfucker, dude.
While he's passionate about his za and a fiend for the crack, he's tried a few other drugs as well.
You fuck with meth? Yeah.
Not really.
Hey, how are you? How's your day going? How's the weather? Do you smoke meth? You fuck with meth smoking? Dude, drug addicts or like this kind of shit is crazy to me. Dude, what's my small talk even like? What do I even small talk about? I don't even know what I small talk about, but I never once have decided that maybe the meth route for the conversation dialogue tree was the best.
It made me feel pretty good. I sniffed it.
Maybe I should try it though.
Twice.
I'm sure crack is more than enough to get the job done, but meth must really help the all-nighters he pulls to gamble max. But while the boss man likes to switch things up every once in a while, he is, as the youth say, in love with the cocoa. Once, while he was streaming, he had some serious luck and won a few $1,000s. Naturally, his reaction was to call up his plug, but before Derek even arrived, Austin had already lost all of the money he intended to spend on the drugs.
Oh.
Dude, what the fuck? That's gonna be the most awkward phone call ever. Yo, Beast. Yeah, so I know I basically told you I was good for it and you're on your way, but funniest thing just happened.
Oh my god, I have to call him back again. I have to fucking call him back again, dude. Never mind, man. Don't come out. I don't have enough anymore.
A forum user speculated he's doing cocaine rather than crack, since the latter makes you pick at your skin more, and there wasn't evidence he had scabs on his arms or anything like that. They did notice, however, that he used to be fatter when he was young and lost weight over time, despite definitely not improving his diet or being an active person. This meant that he probably used to only smoke weed and eventually added cocaine to his repertoire, causing the weight loss. The drug reveal also explained his fits of rage and extremely emotional reactions, as well as the delusions of grandeur and the stories about going to the psych ward. To be specific, these aren't necessarily caused by the drug use itself, but most likely have to do with entering abstinence, since it's known to make people very volatile. After Austin's hair had grown out a little from the last shave, one of his viewers would call in the chat for a fresh shaving. Austin said he would do it for 150 subs, or around 750 bucks. A viewer named Signal Boot
It's a pretty good deal.
sent him 200 subs, and Austin shaved his head. Well, not really. In a bizarre development, it barely made a difference, and Signal Boot expressed his disappointment, demanding Boss Man actually shave his head. Austin then argued with him that he followed the agreed terms to someone who just gave him $100 to shave his head, immediately ending the stream after this. Signal was the #1 sub at the time.
It doesn't even look that bad on him.
Having given Austin almost $10,000
He kind of looks like Eminem.
It's wild that you're trying to renegotiate after you drop me the fucking subs, bro. That's what's wild. Someone clip it, bro. I literally said like 4 times I'll do
Yeah, thanks for the gifted, Ben.
2 for another 100, or whatever I said for.
Appreciate
50.
that love.
And you did 100, so I did it too. Yeah, I'm gonna get off. That got really quiet. See you guys.
Another frequent donor named Fat Hacker, who gave Austin over $4,000 in juice.
Respectfully, if you're giving this guy $4,000, I don't even know if you're any better, you know? Because he's an addict, and he's going to spend it on crack. And you know this, and you're just giving it to him? Like...
Juicers trolled him by asking, "Are you ready for the biggest juicer of your life?" only to give him nothing afterward. Austin got so upset by this that he ended the stream and proceeded to threaten his own life. Finally, Fat Hacker told him he was just kidding and was about to send it, only to say psych again. The chat's reaction is almost...
Some dude sent him $60K? Are you serious? Where can I get that?
Exclusively praising Fat Hacker and laughing at Austin, further demonstrating that his audience truly takes pleasure in seeing him humiliated. Eventually, Austin got banned after constantly pestering a steak hostess for bonuses daily. He was given a 2-day...
Wait, what?
Austin got banned after...
I was wondering if there's a small bonus code or maybe an unclaimed reward or some sort of ones like I'm down really bad. I deposit every day multiple times. Oh, man.
Constantly pestering a steak hostess for
Did this work? I wonder if this ever worked.
Bonuses daily. He was given a 2-day exclusion from the platform for what the hostess described as impatience and high levels of stress.
He got banned for e-bagging on stage.
During play. Normal people would think this would be the best thing to ever happen to Austin, giving him time to reflect on his less than frugal activities. Rest assured, however, that Austin refuses to change even in the face of the consequences of his behavior, because as soon as he got back on stake, people watched him lose everything and destroy his surroundings again.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh.
Besides his parents, his audience, and his household items, Austin also targeted other streamers.
Oh, what the fuck? Yasuo gets involved here? Bro, Yasuo, this guy is definitely something. Also, this cut is crazy. Why did every Indian want this cut at one point?
For example, Yasuo was once one of the most promising League of Legends streamers in the world. He started streaming in 2015 and showed a very high level of skill in the game, attracting many viewers who came for his frequent takedowns of entire teams all by himself. He even beefed with one of, if not the most notorious LoL streamer, Tyler1, solidifying himself as part of the community. Eventually, he landed a spot on the esports organization 100 Thieves, but
it's always never made sense to me how an organization called 100 Thieves doesn't have any black players. I'll be here all night, guys.
Many fans' dismay, he gradually lost interest in the game and started doing other things. Because of that, he lost a significant chunk of his viewership and would frequently rage at the chat for spamming Play League. Anger problems, a burning hatred for the audience, what else could Yasuo have in common with our hero Bossman Jack? You guessed it, the hots for the slots, literally. Yasuo pivoted to gambling, which the fans...
He's sponsored by fucking Chipotle?
You guessed...
Look at this. Chipotle sponsors this shit. How do I get these kind of fucking sponsors?
The hots for the slots.
Oh, man.
Literally. Yasuo pivoted to gambling, which the fans very expressively hated, until YouTube banned both of his channels due to the promotion of gambling. I will say, he never outright promoted gambling, and only used the sites which technically didn't violate the guidelines, but regardless, once the ban happened, he moved to Kick. Austin appeared in the chat on Yasuo's stream, where he accused him of using fake money on his bets. Yasuo, who claimed to be a hate watcher rather than a fan of Austin, would challenge the Rat King himself to a debate.
Is Yasuo on Raw Balance?
But called him a crackhead, a completely fair insult given what we've learned so far, prompting Austin to baselessly accuse him of view-botting his streams, which was met with little else besides laughter. Yasuo proceeded to prove his transactions on stake on stream, while calling Austin a scamming tweaker with no real fans and only trolls and hate watchers. This sent Bossman into a frenzy, speaking very fast and acting erratic. Well, more...
He called him a scamming drug addict.
Erratic than usual.
I mean, is that not...
I wish you know. Hey, listen,
Hey, he's right.
you might not like me, but I wish nothing but the best.
It's not even a hateful thing to say. He did scam, and he does do drugs.
I don't dislike you. You're just a scammer.
Yeah, he's right. It's not even like a hatred thing. He's just accurate.
You scam your viewers.
I don't hate you, but you do these things.
Beat your mother. You're a crack addict.
It's like when you call a fucking porn star a whore. It's like, well, yeah, okay, yeah, you're a whore. Isn't that like, don't you know that?
If you need help, the cops should come to your door. They probably will raid your house soon.
Nothing but the best. I wish you best. Good luck, bro. Good luck. You're a fucking piece of shit.
In their next encounter, Austin
Fucking
became
Yasuo, man.
enraged after Yasuo showed the pipe tutorial video along with a picture of Austin holding a crack rock to his viewers. Bossman...
What the fuck kind of beef is this, dude? He said this you and it's him with a fucking bro, he looks like Hunter Biden.
And again, accused Yasuo of using fake money despite having absolutely no proof of this, followed by yet another hefty helping of him going on about how he bangs Yasuo.
Cops will come to your door. Joke's on them. He doesn't have a door. Yeah, they're just gonna walk through the blanket.
His mom. Yasuo's accurate breakdown of Austin's entire career and downfall was only ever answered by the insane screamings of
Oh, Mrs. Suo! Oh, Mrs. Suo!
Mrs. Suo.
And accusations of thinking he's better than everyone. All of this just served to make Austin look even crazier than he initially did, since he was now making unsubstantiated claims about someone else in the streaming community who, while also widely disliked, wasn't nearly as disliked as Austin himself was. Even worse, fans would catch Kick Viewbot in Austin's recent searches on stream, making it clear the reason he was so angry at Yasuo was probably a case of projection. I mean, with everything else this guy has done,
I don't get why people view bot and they already have a couple hundred viewers. Like, I don't understand why you need that. Like, if your viewership is in the triple digits, especially like on Kick or Twitch, like that's really good. Obviously, I could go to YouTube and I could get like 250 viewers maybe, right? But it's like, I'd rather just build up an audience on Kick. And I don't care if I have 70 viewers. It's like, I know that I'm going to get there eventually. I'm not going to need to like buy viewers. It's just not good.
It really shock you if he was viewbotting. Besides,
it's also just like a waste of money.
It's a pretty common problem on the site he calls home, which itself is directly funded by the casino that finances Austin's degenerate lifestyle. You see, Austin was sponsored by Stake and paid a weekly salary to promote their casinos. At one point, he was given $8 grand a week to gamble.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And because of his
$8,000 a week? I know that there's a lot of money in this shit, but this guy gets a few hundred viewers. There's 52 weeks in a year times 8,000. What's the math on that? Yeah, that's 416 grand a year. Like, that's fucking surgeon money.
Streams perform.
What?
Well, he got a raise to a whopping 10,000 a week.
What? 520K?
which would have amounted to a little over $500,000 a year
That's
before
ridiculous.
taxes. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, he gets like only like 300 viewers, right? Or maybe like 600. I'm not trying to like downplay it. It's still a lot, but it's like for that much money. And that's just from steak. He could do anything else. He could go and get a part-time job that makes like $60K a year. I mean, he's making like, that's insane.
Given who Austin is, but obviously most of this money
Nah, it's like 900. Okay, well then that makes more sense, but still, holy shit.
He would inevitably make its way right back to Stake, since that's the website he used to gamble. Ed Craven, one of the founders of Stake, would actually join Austin's chat on a stream and donate $1,000. You'd think this would be a big moment for him.
Why does Eddie look so he looks more tweaked out than Bossman Jack does right here. Eddie craving some crack. He craving some crack.
Actually join Austin's chat on a stream and donate $1,000. You'd think this would be a big moment for him. Maybe he would pocket some money for once when the owner of the site that fuels his lifestyle.
Bro, Ed, please come in my chat, bro, please. Bro, if Eddie ever pops in my chat, I don't even know what I would do. You don't even have to give any money, bro. I would just be like, yo, I fucking love you to death for killing Twitch.
Throws him a bone.
Why am I fantasizing about that? On God, I'm so weird.
Eddie, thank you so much, bro. Holy shit, dude. Was that you, Eddie, that gave me the 1,000? Oh my gosh, dude. Bro.
Oh my fucking God, dude. I just lost $800, bro. Oh my fucking God, dude. Man, fuck you, Eddie. Fuck you, bro.
Hey.
You fucking piece of shit, dude.
His tendency to badmouth the company that's paying him $500,000 a year when he loses badly really makes it a mystery as to how the company even tolerates him at all. Maybe they were playing 4D chess and expected him to do so, knowing that getting hate and being seen as a complete buffoon is what gets people clicking on his stuff. Given the people he encourages to play slots on the site, they're probably making more money off his fans staking their own cash than they pay him.
Stake has
well, I mean, that's why they give him so much money, right? It's like, how much are you giving him versus how much is he giving you? And then that discrepancy determines the profit margin.
Completely ruined my life. My life has been completely ruined. I've probably lost $500,000 this year to Stake. These guys are sexy as shit, bro.
At least Austin doesn't have to be alone through all of this. If any of you are ever down bad and losing hope for your love life, Bossman Jack serves as a clear reminder that there is someone for everyone. Austin eventually noticed the rare sight of an actual female in his chat and began talking to her, until eventually their online friendship blossomed into a romantic relationship.
Can I be honest, bro? How does Shotty even end up there?
Honestly, between the crack, the debt, his parents, and the juicers, I have no idea how he even finds the time to get a girlfriend, but nevertheless, he did. Her name was Allison, and not much else is known about her.
She's not even that ugly. She's kind of cute.
Well, except for the one time Austin doxed her on stream and the fact that she had a child from a previous relationship. They eventually met in person several times, but thankfully for the sake of their mental health and the well-being of the child, they never made.
Wait, they made a kid?
Austin doxed her on stream, and the fact that she had no idea how he even finds the time to get a girlfriend, but nevertheless, he did. Her name was Allison, and not much else is known about her. Well, except for the one time Austin doxed her on stream, and the fact that she had a child from a previous relationship.
Oh.
They eventually met in person several times, but thankfully for the sake of their mental health and the well-being of the child, they never made any serious plans to move in together or anything. They continued to be off and on for years until Allison was revealed not to be the loyal sweetie Austin so direly needed, as screenshots leaked by one of Austin's viewers showed her flirting with someone else. In an insane twist that was very fitting for Austin's story, the screenshots implied she'd attempted to trade explicit photos of herself for nothing other than RuneScape gold. Once he found out, he became enraged, but rather than talk to her about it privately and end the relationship, Austin confronted her on a stream. In her defense, she claimed it was during a time when they were not together. However, Austin alleged that they had already met up IRL and were talking every single day at the time the messages were sent.
Are you ready for this, Allison? I want you to
These hoes ain't loyal.
I want you to explain to everybody here what these messages mean, and I want everyone in my chat to tell me if this is sus as fuck or not sus as fuck.
She then admitted to using manipulative tactics on Austin to make him do what she wanted, and Austin revealed that she'd gone even further than those prior messages, cheating on him by sending explicit images of herself to one of his mods.
Oh my fucking God, bro. That's the only time being a mod actually pays off. You know how badmouth mods get on Twitch, on Kick, on YouTube, on Discord? I bet this was a fucking Discord mod.
A mod anyway, so it wouldn't have made sense.
Yes. Imagine you getting mogged by your own moderator, bro. That actually sucks.
She's totally cheated on me with one of my mods before. Yep. She sent one of my mods nudes, man. A long ass time ago. Why the fuck would I give her another chance?
Apparently, he had also previously caught her being a member of an Austin hate Discord, which she claimed she forgot she was in. Though that sounds like a lie, there's no saying for sure who's in the right, or
moderator,
if there's anyone in the right here. When both of the people in a relationship relationship are as confusingly toxic as these two were, there's no point in even speculating about it. Following accusations of having bought nudes from her despite her being his girlfriend, Austin continued to fight with his chat after Allison had already left the call, as they roasted her for being unfaithful.
This started because I was so-called simping toward that girl Fox girl that won the giveaway.
Nah,
she got
that's
real mad at
sad.
me, but she doesn't care, and we're not together. Fuck you. You're a fucking whore.
You may feel inclined to sympathize with Austin here, as it's evident Allison enjoyed terrorizing him to some degree, and his drug-addled, naive personality made him especially easy to goad. Even after multiple breakups, she frequently returned to his chat to try and re-enter his life for whatever strange, sadistic reason. Fortunately, Austin was smart enough to cut her off for good, knowing she was bad news. Despite the fact that Kick has openly marketed itself as the edgier, shadier alternative to Twitch that allows streamers to get away with almost anything, to the point where it's gotten them in trouble, Bossman somehow managed to get a week-long ban on it. The bot cited self-harm as the reason for a suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fits the bill. I mean, if you consider compulsively gambling everything he's ever had self-harm.
I mean, that's kind of... I mean, there is definitely an irony in banning self-harm, but it's like, you can lose everything gambling and that's fine. I don't know. Anyway... Yeah, physical self-harm definitely crosses a different boundary, and when this guy is breaking his fucking wall every time he loses his limbo bet, then I don't know if that's the best look. And you do need to discourage that, because like, what if he breaks his hand? What if his hand is literally fucking broken? That you just can't have that.
Then he's a professional. However, the specific instance they're referring to here is when he started punching his own head, which took place on one fateful April Fool's Day.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This meant he officially had to cool it with his most prominent addiction for the time being. During his time off, he took some time to do IRL streams on his Discord server. This included a house tour and a few cooking shows, including teaching viewers how to make a ribeye. The band
That shit looks kind of heat.
gave viewers more of an inside look into Austin's human side and maybe
that
what his
doesn't
life
look bad
could
at
be
all.
like had he not been plagued with his crippling addiction. Once away from his vices, he seemed like a surprisingly normal dude. But even Kick's ban wouldn't succeed at getting him to stop gambling on stake.
Dude, I wagered 1.25 million last week. 1.25 million dollars
in a week.
There's really no overstating the heights of financial insanity that this actual crack addict has unexplainably reached. At the very least, before this point, there was something to gain in the form of chat donos, and if you were feeling particularly generous,
yeah, you're not gonna make money on Discord, like streaming.
You could speculate that Bossman plays a lot of it up for his audience. This is proof that there is no playing up. He's really this fucked up on and off camera. Here, there was nothing.
I don't like that, but I mean, there's at least something to credit authenticity for.
He was just draining his bank account and taking a few donos from chat, which he would immediately gamble, while the relatively small amount of people on his Discord server watched. Once the week was over, he returned to Kick after his ban was up to his fans' enthusiastic welcome. The positivity in the chat and from Austin himself during his first stream back is almost shocking to casual onlookers used to the typical chaos of the past. Again, it reminds us of what could have been.
Oh my god! It's real! We're back! Oh my god! What's up, everybody?
The fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, they brought subs, guys.
What are these dance moves?
Awesome, man. Damn, son
Is this the floss? What am I looking at?
Hell yeah, bitch.
Maybe
it's like Mr. Krabs.
this is the
I'm
guy
not familiar with this boogie.
his parents see in him, as opposed to the raging crack goblin they store in their
Yours are worse. Why are we lying? My moves are fucking fire.
We can
Like,
clearly
I
see
literally
that there
tear
are
up the
fans who do
dance
care
floor.
about him, despite the presence of hate watchers in the past. Austin's updated status was flashed on the screen during this stream, including Platinum 6 status,
$12 million wagered.
and over $10 million wagered. Unfortunately, for those hoping the time off may have changed Bossman for the better, the first stream ended just like they always do.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! Oh! What
258, yeah.
the was that? Holy shit balls! Oh, let's go! Oh, come on! Dude, are you kidding me?
Only days after returning to Kick, a feud between Austin and a small Kick streamer named Nick White caused the most severe repercussions to his channel to date. Viewers in his chat told Austin that Nick was bad-mouthing him on stream, causing the crack-induced rage
It's like
to
the
boil over
Yasuo
to a
shit
point
again,
of
or
no
what?
return. Austin called Nick a derogatory term, formerly belonging to the vast gamer lexicon, but nowadays falling under the category of homophobic slurs.
I bet you have 200
That's one of my favorites.
subs, bro. You're a fucking failure.
I'm pretty sure I said that at the beginning of the stream
Shut
today.
the fuck up. You're a fucking fat.
The use of this unspeakable six-letter F word would almost immediately result in a month-long ban from streaming on Kick. Nick claims
context, maybe?
To have nothing to do with the beef and that it was only his viewers stoking the fire. Austin, meanwhile, attempted to appeal the ban in a very informal email, given the gravity of the situation.
I thought you could say it on here.
Writing, I'm honestly at a loss of words. I first got suspended for doxing someone that was close to my community for scamming me, which I understand doxing is not acceptable. I got a week for that. Then I lost $4,000 in just a matter of seconds and hit myself on the head and got suspended for self-harm. Now I stand up for myself after multiple accounts this Nick guy has sent to my stream and call him one word and I get an entire month suspension? This doesn't sound justified at all. Are you serious? I feel like I'm being targeted. Why in the world should this ban be an entire month for someone that was literally harassing me and hate watching me via his stream? I feel like you guys don't have my back at all. And that sucks because I've put in a year's worth of streams on your platform. I've done a lot of advertising and I bring a lot of traffic to Kick. I doubt you guys will even consider lifting this or unbanning me. I just want to ask you one thing. Do you really think this is justified? Wow. I just lost my job for a month, my 8K a week from Stake, my 2,000 subs, because I stood up for myself and called another streamer that's harassing me a hate word. Wow. From what my community says, Aiden Ross has said this word and many other streamers have said this word and never got banned for it. I want to know, why didn't they get banned and I did? Have a fantastic night.
I'm actually curious though.
I'm extremely depressed right now and I'm actually extremely
I guess it's
devastated
targeted
from
or
this. My
something?
viewers and myself are pretty
Maybe
hurt
the guy
and
was
shocked
gay?
by this. I can promise you and assure you that if you would reconsider the suspension or maybe lift it early, that I will never say another hate term or use hate speech again. I mean, let's be fair. Have I ever done a violation that you guys suspended me for more than once? No, because I learned my lesson, just like I will and have this time. As informal as it is, I gotta say, he sounds pretty reasonable for someone regularly smoking straight boulders.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like not disagreeing with this
ground on
even.
the basis of multiple stack violations. They seem to be cleaning up their act a bit due to the reputation the site got, and despite bigger streamers regularly behaving worse, he was caught in the crossfire of the circumstances. Austin claimed he would not be returning to Kick as a result of his unlifted ban. Instead, he wanted to go back to where it all started, twitch.tv. He shared some great news with the Discord that he had gotten a new deal with a different company called BC Games. The details of this deal included a
$4,000 a day
weekly salary of
okay, now that's getting a little fucking that's getting silly. $4,000 a day. What 4,000 times 365? Is that $1 million a year? Yeah, $1.4 million a year. That's just ridiculous.
$4,000, the same initial deal he got from Stake, and still an insane amount of money for a guy who never has to leave his bedroom to do his job. Additionally, he would get 4 $1,000 hourly fills per day to use for betting. With this in place, this deal is actually far better than what he was getting with Kick. I should mention though, this is sort of what he was accusing Yasuo of doing when he was talking about making bets with fake money. Additionally, to this day, he always makes sure to mention that he's in debt, and while I'm inclined to believe him, considering how frequently he loses, I'm starting to consider the possibility that maybe that's just a way of setting himself up for more juicers. With the amount of money this guy is raking in from the website sponsorships, I'm hard-pressed to believe he's actually totally broke. It's just
I've heard people tell me behind the scenes this guy is legitimately poor, though.
It's not all adding up. I assume he's not spending thousands of dollars a month on crack. Where is the money he's actually getting going? With the fills, it's almost $1.5 million in a single contract. But considering Twitch's policy on gambling, it wouldn't be shocking if they banned him eventually. Unlike Chris Chan, Austin isn't someone whose fate was shaped from the beginning, slowly sliding down a slope of delusion and inevitable doom. No, Austin had and continues to have a very fair shot at having a normal life. At any moment, he could actually walk away from all of this and go live a normal life if he just puts down the pipe and stops gambling. But no matter what, whenever he seems to be given the chance to do so, he never takes it. Actually, it seems that it prompts him to double down. I get that he's regularly getting thousands of dollars dangled in front of his face, and his contract is worth well over $1 million, but when you factor in the damage this will do to his mind and life, and that most of the money is getting sucked out of his pockets and right back into the grinder of gambling anyway, it's just not worth it. As it stands right now, if the crack doesn't take him, the gambling eventually will. And
he might just have to get a better deal.
Unlike most of his streams, it will not be entertaining to watch, even.
I mean, yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. Great video from the boy Tom. I fuck with that. Interesting to learn about all that. I mean, I've always known that he's a lol cow, but I didn't know how bad that actually was. On probably the most ironic twist, I've received my fill from Stake, so now we're gonna gamble ourselves.